Hi, I'm here for our science lesson. So our science lesson, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the answers that you should already have listed, but I'm going to read to you too. This is page 32, Enjoying the Animal World. It says, the Bible says, for every beast of the forest is mine, the cattle upon 1,000 hills. Psalm 50, verse 10. Each animal is a part of God's design or plan for our world, just as we are. When God formed each kind of animal, He gave it a job to do, a reason for living. He gave each animal the instincts and equipment to do the job that He planned for it. The Bible says, the spider taketh hold with her hands and is in kings' palaces. Proverbs 30, verse 28. Without spiders, we would have too many insects. Spiders catch insects in their webs. The webs are made from silk, which the spiders make in their own bodies. Spider webs are beautifully made. Some animals are designed to help us by giving us food. Some animals are used for meat. Other animals give us milk. God made everything for a purpose. He would never expect you to do something that He did not give you the ability to do. Okay, so that is actually the first section. I read through page 36, and I skipped 2 pages, so this is page 34. Chickens give us eggs and meat to eat. Chickens also help us by catching insects. Their feet and beaks are designed to help them catch the insects. An owl eats insects, bats, rats, mice, and other animals that carry disease germs. His eyes, wings, and claws are designed for the purpose of catching animals that are harmful to us. A praying mantis has 6 legs, but he walks on only 4. He holds his front legs up in front of his face. It looks like he is praying with his front legs. His front legs, which have little spikes on them, are designed to hold an insect for his dinner. The praying mantis is one of God's gifts to the farmer. The praying mantis eats beetles, caterpillars, flies, moths, and grasshoppers, which would hurt the farmer's crops. God made everything for a purpose. He would never expect you to do something that He did not give you the ability to do. So these are the answers on your study guide for that section. You should have gone over it, so just check them off. The Bible says, for every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. Psalm 50, verse 10. God gave each animal the instincts and equipment to do the job He planned. What could we have without spiders? Too many insects. What are spiders' webs made of? Silk. What 2 things do some animals give us? Meat and milk. What do chickens give us? Eggs and meat. They also eat insects. In our textbook it said that. So if you have that, that's great. What do owls eat? Insects, bats, rats, mice, and other animals that carry germs. What are the praying mantis's front legs used for? Holding his insect dinner, not praying for it. What does the praying mantis eat? Beetles, caterpillars, flies, moths, and grasshoppers. Does the praying mantis help the farmer? Yes, he does. He eats animals that would hurt the farmer's crops. Okay, page 37. Earthworms. If you've gone fishing, you probably took earthworms along to use as bait. But earthworms were designed for a bigger job than that. They make their homes by eating dirt. As they eat the dirt and push them away, they make holes in the ground. These holes are sometimes as long as a man is tall. The earthworm is doing more than just making a home. He stirs and loosens the dirt to let air and water into the ground. Then plant roots can grow deeper into the soil. The earthworm is the farmer's friend, but the earthworm does not know that. He is just doing the job that God has planned for him to do. The earthworm has no eyes or ears. He does not need them underground. Then how does an earthworm know to move back into his hole if something is coming? He can feel the ground shaking if a bird hops near him or if someone comes walking by. The earthworm has no nose. He breathes through his skin. His skin must stay moist or he will die. Why does a bird have to pull so hard to get the earthworm out of his hole? Earthworms do not have arms or legs. How do they hold on to their homes or burrows? Earthworms have very small bristles on their bodies. These bristles stick to the wall of the burrow. The earthworm holds on with these bristles until he gets tired and has to let go. What are earthworms sometimes used for? Fishing or bait. What do earthworms eat? Dirt. What does the earthworm do for the dirt? He stirs and loosens the dirt to let air and water into the ground. Then plant roots can grow deeper into the soil. Does an earthworm have eyes and ears? No eyes or ears. How does the earthworm know if something is coming? He feels the ground shaking. He breathes through his skin. Earthworms have very small bristles on their bodies. Okay, so now, lessons 12 and 13. And this is pages 41 through 46. The animals enjoy God's world. You and I are not the only ones that like to play. Animals like to play too. They are enjoying God's world. Bear cubs box each other. Otters make a sliding board out of a muddy bank. Baby skunks enjoy playing follow the leader. Monkeys swing and play tag. Animal homes. Home is a nice place to think about. Home is a sweet word to us. It means a safe place to stay at night. It is a safe place to stay during stormy weather. Most of all, our homes are places where those who love and care for us live. Animals live in many different kinds of homes. Each animal lives in the kind of home that suits its needs. Some animals live in holes in trees. Some animals build nests. Some animals dig tunnels or burrows in the ground. The chipmunk started here, but he closed up the hole with his dirt. The opening he uses is hidden by tall grass, and he stores nuts and seeds to eat during the cold winter. Some animals build dens in the ground near the roots of an old tree. Some animals do not have any place as their home. They go wherever they can find food. And then it has a picture where you're supposed to find some of the animals' homes. So we're going to go over the answers for pages 41 through 46. So you could stop the video and see if you can fill it out on your own, or maybe you've already filled it out and we're just going to check the answers. So stop the video now. Okay, hopefully you're back, and here we go. Animals like to play. What does a home mean? A safe place to stay or to sleep. Some animals build dens in the ground near the roots of an old tree. Some animals do not have any one place as their home. They go wherever they can find food. Name 3 types of animal homes. I said nest, stream, or barn. Now you could have said something else, and that's okay. Name an animal that digs tunnels in the ground. A mole. And I think in our book they said a chipmunk. Name animals that build nests. Birds, rabbits, spiders. Okay, so I'm going to read 47 through 51. And this is one of my favorite parts. It's all about beavers. Has anyone ever told you that you are as busy as a beaver? The beaver is called an animal engineer. An engineer builds things. Beavers build their homes in the middle of ponds. If they cannot find a pond in which to make a home, they will build a dam across a stream to make a pond. Beavers are very hard workers. Because God created the beaver to be a builder of ponds, He gave the beaver's body a special design. The beaver has webbed back feet like the feet of a duck. This makes him a very good swimmer. His front feet are paws that have sharp claws. These are used for digging mud and dragging tree branches. There's more. How can a beaver cut down so many trees? His teeth are sharp like chisels. The beaver has a wide, flat tail. His tail helps him stand when he is gnawing on a tree. He also uses his tail as a warning signal. You will read more about this later. What does a beaver eat? A beaver's favorite food is the bark of trees, but he also eats berries, grass, and plants. Why do beavers build their lodges in the middle of ponds? The beavers are fast swimmers, but very slow runners. If they lived on land, many animals would be able to catch them and eat them. I'm going to keep going just because I think the Cahoots science is on the whole chapter. So we're almost done. A beaver's home is called a lodge. To build it, the beaver cuts down hundreds of trees and branches to build a dam across a stream. The dam makes a wide, deep pond. The beavers build their lodge out of mud and branches. Is the beaver your friend? Yes, he is. The beaver is a very good friend of man. Wherever beavers build dams, the grass will become thick and green. The soil around the dam is better for growing plants. Beavers know how to take good care of land and water. That is God's job for the beavers. How does the beaver get so much done? The members of the beaver family work together to cut down trees and to build ponds. They all help to build the lodge. If danger is near, one beaver will warn the others by slapping his tail on the water. The slap of his tail sounds like a gunshot. When other beavers hear this, they dive into the water for safety. If a beaver is in trouble, other beavers will come to help him, even if the other beaver is a stranger. If a mother beaver is killed, another beaver will take care of her babies. Okay, the last section is God gives animals protection. Animals have many enemies. If God had not given each animal some form of protection, many kinds of animals would be quickly killed. A turtle moves slowly. He cannot run. His shell protects him. A baby deer is called a fawn. Fawns have spotted coats until they are big enough to outrun their enemies. The spots help them to hide in the bushes of the forest. A cat makes a hissing sound when it thinks something will hurt it. It can also make the fur on its back stand up to make itself look big and fierce. If this does not send its enemies away, its sharp claws will. Size and strength are some animals' protection. The bear is one of the fiercest fighters of all the animals. An elephant is another large animal that is strong. The skunk is a small animal. He cannot move very fast, but he is able to take good care of himself. What special thing did God give the skunk for protection? His smell, or the odor that he emits, because nobody likes being around that. You might think this tiger would be easy to see, but in Asia, where he lives, he blends right in with the tall grass that he walks in. And then there's the porcupine. The porcupine is a small, slow-moving animal, but God planned a way to protect him. The porcupine is covered with sharp quills that stick into the skin of an enemy. Last page. Some animals have long, slender legs that help them to run very swiftly. Birds have wings to fly away from their enemies. Some animals play dead until their animal leaves. That's a possum right there, and possums play dead. Horns, antlers, and tusks are also used to fight enemies. Okay, so I know I was reading pretty quickly, but I'm going to send you the science PowerPoint, and there are a lot of really good videos that are connected to that, and that should help you to get ready for the test, which is going to be later down the road. Okay, have a wonderful day.